This is not gonna work. Oh, are we cooking? Oh no, this whole thing's gonna fall over. It's like when the baby's sleeping, you don't wanna rock it. So, we are, I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. I guess I can give you a business update. Most of it is related to the interns being in the office. So we hired 3 of them, as you guys have probably already known if you've watched the vlogs or whatever. We've got Jameson, Matt, and Gut right now. And it's been really fun having them in the office because for a while we had obviously the personnel on here has fluctuated a little bit. We started with 5, went down to 3, and Sexy went to Canada. Now it was at 2, so me and Tony were in here, and then we have the interns back in, so now it's back up to 5. They're in here 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for 6 or 7 hours each of those days, and we reserve those days pretty much for filming a lot of TikTok content. So the way I've kind of scheduled myself now is I try to get up really early, 6 o'clock-ish, do a bunch of work that I would have to do out of office or research for YouTube videos or anything in terms of keeping this fucking place running that I know I won't get done while I'm in the office while they're here. So I try to work from 6 to 10 before I come in here, 6 to 9, whatever. And then Tuesday, Thursdays are kind of flexible for me too because they're not in the office. But I like having them in the office more than not having them in the office. And the whole idea behind getting them in here, and I was kind of how many interns can we hire? Is it weird if we have more interns than actual full-time employees? Is that illegal? Can we do that? Unless, most of this shit I feel like we do at this point is bordering on questionable behavior. We wanted to hire one because Sexy was going back to Canada, obviously, and then I ended up just liking a handful of them. So we hired 3 of them. And this is kind of where we're at business-wise is all the investment that we're going to be making now over the next year, 2 years, 3 years is pretty much going to be into personnel and into people, into scaling what we're doing. And what they're realistically doing here is making sure that we have content at scale on all the major platforms, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at scale, but most importantly, making sure that it's native on each platform. Because for a while, what we were kind of doing is doing as much as we could with the people we had, but pretty much transferring over the exact same content from platform to platform, right? We had the YouTube clip, we take it, put it up on TikTok, and if we had it, we put it up on Twitter, right? And it was it wasn't native to the platform, and for me, I think it starts to create bad content, right? And you're pushing, it's cool, it is your content, but it's not made for the platform, which dilutes your brand a little bit, in my opinion. So I wanted to make sure that making sure we had content at scale natively to all the platforms was theme number 1. But the trivia side of things, some of you guys have only ever come to these vlogs or watched our channel for just my individual breakdowns on fantasy football. We now have another channel, the NFL trivia channel, where we literally just do fuck around games in the office that are NFL trivia related. Some of them are fantasy, some of them are historical. A lot of you guys, if you're any NFL fans, I'm sure you guys would really, really enjoy it. And it's starting to take off, and I'm starting to look at it as a secondary business within our business, because right now we make a lot of our money through the fantasy stuff, selling our own products, right? The draft guide, memberships, working with advertisers and sponsors within that side of YouTube. But now we have this kind of rocket ship where we're getting 6-figure views on every video we put out on TikTok that is related to it. And now the YouTube channel for it is growing really, really quickly. So in a year or 2, we'll be able to take on probably some big sponsors on that channel, as well as monetize via Google AdSense, because the view counts are really consistent and they're getting really, really high. So it'll be a really, really big income source for us, which is nice. And it's a little bit of a weight off my shoulders, because we've always had people in here helping out, of course, but at the end of the day, all the money we had kind of made up to this point had come down from the fact that I needed to make really high quality YouTube videos about fantasy football, and that is at the how the wheels churned. That is how the company made money on the back end, one way or another, through advertisers, through sponsors, through selling our draft guide. It all came back to doing that. And this is a secondary business that can start to operate without me having to be the face of it. And I'm not even close to the face of that side of things. I could be out of the office for a week and that side of things will run by itself. They all have responsibilities for hosting trivias. They all have responsibilities for being part of it. And someone else Sexy will be editing them. So we have a pretty solid system in place for that right now, which is every business owner's dream at this point, right? The way I'm looking at BDGE is I don't want to take myself out for the sake of being outside of BDGE, but I think as an owner or as an operator of a business, what you eventually want to do is have a business that can run by itself if you were not there, right? I don't think my goal would ever be out of the business. I don't want that to be, but I do want to set up a system in place where if I'm not there, it could still run and be profitable and, have people working here and being able to pay them full-time kind of stuff. So we're slowly getting there. And, last year was a tough learning curve for me, but I knew that we would write the tracks here, and we have so far, and I'm feeling really, really fucking good about where we are right now. I haven't felt this like locked in work-wise in honestly a long time. I haven't felt like this good personally, locked in work-wise, like just in general. Like I feel great. I feel free, I feel light, I feel like happy, and I feel creative, and I feel on top of things, which really hasn't been the case for me for it feels like a couple of years now at this point. These years start to like blend in as you get fucking older, man. Have I not been happy since I was like 14? I don't know, man. It's crazy. I'm kidding. Like, don't call the suicide hotline on me, please. I do feel really, really good right now about where we are, about our business, about the people in the building, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I don't remember where else I was going with this, but they're all doing a really good job. I'm really, really happy with all the interns. They all bring like a very different skill set to the table. We're starting to mesh. I think our personalities are like relatively similar too, which is a lot of fun to be in the office together with them. They're all creative. They're all initiative. They're all go-getters. They all, want to be a part of it. They're all passionate. They're all really in this thing, which is, it's really fun to work around people like that. So things we're working on right now, obviously, focusing on the trivia and making, getting collabs with that probably. We are working on some of our draft guide content. We are working on bringing on someone to run the tech side of things, and we're actually going to have a CTO within BDGE, which I thought was insane, but the person whom I loved very much wanted to have that title, so I was like, all right, it ain't that deep, but like here you are, buddy. So that's really exciting. And then we got the draft weekend, the NYC draft weekend coming up at the end of August. We rented out the Airbnb. The place is fucking nutty. That'll be fun. So yeah, things are good. Things are good. I'm just trying to enjoy the summer while I can, because then I get depressed during the winter. I don't even care that we got no AC in here. I'd rather be sweaty with no AC than be fucking in December, in January, week 18 of NFL. My worst nightmare. Fantasy's done. It's cold, it's gross, it's sick. I'm sick to my stomach.
Honey, I see you looking at me. I'm ready to go with you if you want me.
Sexy. It feels like here at BDG, we're getting close to being a really well-oiled machine, a good working team, and it's been really awesome hanging out here. This is a good team. We could be dangerous in the best way possible.
Yeah, so it's another good week here at BDG. I feel like we're really starting to gel a little bit. I think everyone's starting to take some jabs at each other. A lot of camaraderie, a lot of good banter. I think that's what makes, a good group of guys, what makes a good community.
You said yesterday you wanted to get your, get yourself back on track. How did you feel about your performance today?
I went 3-2, so a nice sweep was okay.
Does it really feel like a victory if Matt's not on the couch though?
No.
Like I feel good when I win if you're not there.
Like if Matt's not on the couch, it's like a necessity.
Yeah.
So 3-2 isn't good enough. Not satisfied.
It's like LeBron winning a championship if it's not against the Warriors, just not, no credibility.
Oh, he'd brag about it
It's
though.
a bubble championship.
Listen, every
It's
once in a while,
were those Mickey Mouse wins?
I said every once in a while you'll lose to the Mavs. That's the college we take.
That's good. Dallas good.
Second week, dialed in. Overall, good time. Got a lot of fucking work done.
I feel like the 3 interns that we have, very versatile. They can create content, they can edit content, they can run social media. The assignments that they have, they're all doing really well, and almost makes me think that maybe my job's in jeopardy. I didn't really think about this.
Yeah, I think last week Tony, he pretty much said we were, before the interns got there, that they were kind of, little seeded, little plant. Now it's kind of growing onto this redwood trajectory, is I believe what he said. So I think that seems to be the case. Everyone's kind of getting into their rhythm. Everyone's feeling a little bit more comfortable.
Maybe I should be more worried. Are they trying to replace me? Is he trying to get rid of me?
We'll kind of see how that progresses. Someone maybe gets a little bit too big of a head. We have to knock them down a few pegs. Who knows? Maybe that'll be me who gets too big of a head.
You have a huge head.
I know I have a huge head.
I might get lunch like in the actual city, which would be fucking cool. Walk outside, see sunlight. Nick keeps us trapped in here like caged animals. That'd be cool. Maybe the AC will work a little bit better because right now it's hot as balls. I might as well be sitting on the fucking sun.
Jameson's like so quiet that he makes me nervous that he's gonna explode one day.
He might snap.
You know what I mean? I feel like he's got some strength hidden in there though. I like to see a Jameson Tony scrap.
Interesting. I don't know if they'd get into it like that.
No, probably not.
I think they don't speak enough.
Look at each other.
Yeah,
Like, you ever seen the video where the guy's just like, back and forth?
Like, oh, from the Real Brothers Simi Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony, he seems to he gets in these moods where I feel like he's gonna snap on someone. Maybe he'll snap on Gut's girlfriend.
he used to sometimes in the office back like last year. We had a lot of emotion going on in the office all the time, mood swings and stuff. He's happy because he's got a girlfriend now, but you should see him when he's down bad with girls. It comes into the office, it becomes super problematic.
He brings his problems in there.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what happens when you're a rookie, you know? When you don't have like that veteran in you, you haven't been to the playoffs before, you don't really know how to act. Now that we're in the Super Bowl, you know.
Are we in the Super Bowl?
We're done. We're closing up shop next year. I hope.
These guys get so excited creating anything, and it's enjoyable to see. Like the other day, Matt kept hyping himself up about this meme that he made, and he was talking for days about like, oh, I can't wait to post this one. I can't wait to post this one. This one's gonna bang. This one's gonna be so funny. And then it came out on Twitter, and we were all just like, bro, what the fuck is this?
Office has been fun though. Like I actually genuinely love having you guys in here. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I think we're gonna up it up. 6 days a week.
6 days? Which should we go on Saturday or Sunday?
We're gonna take Tuesdays off.
Yeah.
Wednesday to fucking Monday. Run it.
Jaymo's already in here.
He really is. I don't know how he sleeps here, dude. It's so hot.
Last time I was in here, I talked about how I wanted to come away with the Trivia Championship belt. Since then, I think I've pretty much changed not at all the rankings. I think I'm one of the top tier guys. But if you look at trivia right now, I think amongst the office, you could compare it to NFL quarterbacks a lot. Like, Matt is number one. He's Mahomes. And I wouldn't even say I would probably say me and Nick are the next best. I would say like me and Nick are the next best, but there's a teardrop. It's not like, oh, Matt's number one and then there's number two. It's no, Matt's number one. There's a barrier here. Then there's me and Nick. Me and Nick might be like Justin Herbert and Josh Allen, you know. Two guys that could some weeks go toe-to-toe with Mahomes, maybe compete with them. But at the end of the day, Mahomes, Matt, there's just a clear-cut favorite amongst who's the best in the league right now. Tony's kind of on a slippery slope, you know. I know he knows ball, but he's kind of like Lamar last year. Like, we know he's a great player, but he's just in a slump, getting hurt, mind's not right. Maybe he's worried about his paycheck, his long-term extension. I'm not sure. We know the talent Tony has. It's just a little bit off right now.
Trivia side of things for your boy, it's not going as well. I'm in a little bit of a slump, not gonna lie. All right, haven't been winning as many trivia games as I would have liked. But you know, with the new guys coming in, of course, I'm taking it easy on them. No one wants to see an absolute slaughtering of the new guys. Could you imagine if they came in and I just wiped the floor with them? That'd be terrible content, all right? I gotta give the people what they want. Everybody loves the new guys. So when the 3 interns come in, I gotta throw a couple games, all right? But just watch. I'm setting myself up for an amazing comeback. I'm thinking 45 steps ahead. These kids have no idea what I'm doing.
The previous week, you guys saw Gut get a couple wins. He's making a name for himself. You know, he's not an absolute scrub.
Got a few dubs under the belt, you know. Some were smoother than the others. You know, just all that matters. My mission for next week is beat Jameson at least 2 times. Talking a lot of shit. Don't take no shit. Also gotta beat Nick at basketball. Also talking that shit. Underestimating me as an athlete. Just can't happen. Can't let Nick get away with that.
He was never a first-round pick, but he's kind of like, maybe Gut's like a Ryan no. Gut might be like a Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is better than Tannehill. Maybe we'll just call Gut Tua. Amongst the rest of the league, he's not that great. You know, Tua can have his flashes of pinpoint accuracy. He has certain things he's good at. Gut's good at the Panthers, trivia. Tua's very accurate, but overall, you're just not going to compare him to a Lamar, a Herbert, an Allen, and Mahomes. Regular season, during his sweet spots, when the playing field is even or even advantageous to him, he could shine, he could get a couple wins, but he's just not with the rest of the crew when it comes to the elite status.
People have already crowned Matt as the champion. People are like, oh, Jameson's the next hot thing. Like, just wait on it, all right? I didn't fall off. I didn't lose a step. I'm not washed. I'm just in a little bit of a rut, in a little bit of a slump, but the comeback is gonna be so sweet.
Overall, my main point is, I think there's a pretty clear-cut template as to how good everyone is in office trivia. Right now, I'm sitting at that Herbert, Allen, Trevor Lawrence tier, and I just can't put myself up there with Patrick Mahomes, Matt, just yet. I'm within fighting range, but I'm so many wins back that it would just take a crazy streak for anyone in the trivia league right now to come and take the crown and take the belt from Matt.
trying to think of other shit. Just pretty much just keep cranking out those videos you guys all see on TikTok and get all that shit done. So keep, you know, trying to win trivia. More like end up being the comedic relief, but that's fine. You know, we try. That's all that matters. It's all in the effort, I guess.
You want to see this edit I made of Tony?
Yeah.
For just no reason other than I just felt the original footage was too boring.
The audio's so bad.
No, I know. Well, also
So bad.
No, my phone also sucks. My phone has like serious audio problems.
Do we have any confusion? Since 2000.
Since 2000.
Since 2000, yeah. We're not doing that old school shit. I ain't going back that far.
If I wasn't around for it, it doesn't.
Fire.
I don't know.
Only that good fucking audio. It'd be perfect.
Dude, no, I'm telling you, it sounds worse on my phone. My phone is like, any video I play on my phone is so bad. Like, it's just, it's a mess.
Computer doesn't work. Your phone doesn't work.
Yeah,
You're working at damn social media company.
yeah, I know. I'm working
Get your
on it.
shit together.